Hey YouTube, what's up? Amazing Awesomeness here, hashtag on the stream. I just got blacklisted, I think. Long story short, some child pornography terrorists who were members of Den Hack made some false reports that I was threatening to kill people. I've never threatened to kill anybody. And, yeah. So, I've been disassociated through employment referrals, I guess. I don't know what to say. I was informed that some child pornography terrorists at Den Hack made some false reports. I've not been contacted by police, but I guess the police were contacted. Blows my mind. I had a half-hour-long conversation. I don't know what else to say. And yeah, so I'm looking for a job, but I can no longer use the referral process that I used to have means to use. I'm no longer a part of the Slack channel. And yeah, so, I don't know what to say besides that some child pornography terrorists that are members of Den Hack, I guess they, the way it was described to me that some of the child pornography terrorists who are members of Den Hack are employees of a company that has interest in the school I attended. I guess there's no point in hiding it now. I'm already blacklisted, right? So, Secure Set, I just got off half-hour conversation with Secure Set Cyber Academy, and informed that I still get to keep my degree. I can still get my transcripts. I still owe the money for the school, but I can no longer use their career services. I will be blocked from their Slack, their career services, and their online employment opportunities and stuff like that. And all because that some child pornography terrorists who I don't know if they were working for VMware Carbon Black or who they were working for, made some false reports to their employer. And then their employer called Brett, the founder of Secure Set, and then that guy, I guess, called the campus director who I just had a half-hour conversation with to inform me that I can still keep my Secure Set apparel. I can still wear it. I'm just not allowed to use their career services or be a part of their Slack channel. So, yeah, don't know what to say, besides the fact that how many of them are involved in child pornography terrorism, right? The child pornography terrorists made some false reports. And I even told the campus director I was on the phone with, I was like, hey, we just did a campus visit with VMware Carbon Black, and in the past, a child pornography terrorist named Sean, who works for Carbon Black as a penetration tester, he operates a child porn server. He told me this. He tried stabbing me outside a Milk Bar in the alley off of Broadway, South Broadway. Milk Bar is like a goth bar, and this dude, Sean, he works as a penetration tester for Carbon Black. He was bragging about being involved in child pornography terrorism, operating a child pornography server. And I told him I'm not cool with that, and he's like, yeah, fuck you. He tried stabbing me, and I beat his ass down. That was just an issue in the alley between a child pornography terrorist and myself. And that wasn't an issue of Den Hack, because Den Hack even said, well, it didn't happen inside of Den Hack. Not our concern. Alright, okay, whatever. But I guess I'm thinking it was him. There were hints. There weren't actual names. I brought up the fact that I have the right to confront my accuser and find out who said this. I was not informed of such, but I was informed that members of Den Hack contacted their employer contacted the founder of SecureSet, and the founder of SecureSet contacted the campus director to state that cut me off. I'm blacklisted. That I can still get my transcripts. They're not taking back my diploma. I still owe the money for the diploma. And that I told them that, because I asked questions about, what about events? Am I allowed to go to like the CSA event or this event or that event? And he says, well, I'll check on it. And then afterwards I was like, you want to know what? I'll just call it a no, all right? I'll stay away from SecureSet. I won't go to the Capture of the Flag events. I won't go to the Cloud Security Alliance events and stuff like that. I will just stay away from them. And leave SecureSet, how would I say that? To SecureSet, you know. I can't honestly just leave them alone. I owe them money. I have to pay them money. And I told the campus director I have full intentions on paying that money. And how do I set up payment when I get a job? And he said, cross that. Basically, I said, we'll cross that bridge when I get to it, all right? When I get a job, I'll give you a call, and I'll say, hey, I got a job. I want to start setting up payments. And he's like, all right, you go ahead and do that, Kenneth. And I was like, all right, cool. And he even said, he's like, from all the conversations I've had with you, I've never noticed you as one who could be violent or anything like that. And he said that some people made comments or reports to the police that I was threatening their lives. Nope, that's not real. Haven't threatened anyone. I even brought up, being in the U.S. Embassy and talking with General Hayden. I also brought up, that I haven't threatened anyone's life. And people made reports that I threatened to kill them. And he's like, so you didn't threaten to kill anybody? And I was like, no, I have not threatened to kill anybody. I honestly have not. I also told them about the insurrectionist phone call that I've had, and that I made a 40-minute video on YouTube, and that I also sent a link to that video to tips.fbi.gov due to the fact that I was being stalked, harassed, and they were trying to extort me. So I don't know what to say right now, but hey, YouTube, just so you know, personally, I think the child pornography terrorists who are members of Den Hack, and to the best of my knowledge, there was one guy named Sean who bragged about operating a child pornography server, who works as a penetration tester for Carbon Black, which is now VMware Carbon Black, or VM Carbon Black, whatever you want to call it. Once tried knifing me in the alley. Den Hack said that once it didn't happen in Den Hack, it wasn't a Den Hack issue. And I also said that, I did go and attend the Carbon Black campus visit in Boulder, Colorado last Thursday. And that, I don't know what to say. What is there to say? I got blacklisted. I'm still looking for a job. And the primary resource that I was utilizing to get a job is no longer available. So, adapt and overcome. Hoorah, right? I still got to do what I got to do to pay rent. I still got to get a job. I still have my degree. They say they're not taking my degree from me. They're not scratching me from the records of SecureSet alumni. It's just that they're separating themselves with their association to me when it comes to career services and helping me find a job. I thank them for their time and told them that I will do everything I can to pay them back as soon as possible. And so here I am, right? I also informed Irving that, of me recording that 40-minute video with the insurrectionists, and I put it all online, and then I sent that link to the FBI at tips.fbi.gov. And so, hey, I even told them, I was like, hey, orders are orders, right? Like when I was in the American Embassy in Havana, Cuba, I spoke with General Hayden. I did. I've spoke to him more than once since then. Hey, it happens. I also stated that, when I was texting the insurrectionist, telling the insurrectionist to leave me alone, that they're threatening, intimidating me, interfering with an intelligence gathering operation, that, I have orders, and I will always follow my orders, and I will always protect the United States Constitution, and also my only intent in America is patriotism. That has been recognized by a federal court. And so, and I even told the campus director, I was like, hey, the word intent was kept saying by my PO and the district attorney and all these people, like, what is your intent? What is your intent? And I'm like, I applied to a job and you're asking me what is my intent? My intent is to get a job. And they're like, well, what's your intent from the job? To get money. What's your intent to have money? To pay bills so that I can live and not be homeless and eat and be clothed and sheltered and be part of American society. And then I asked my public defender, why do they keep asking what my intent is? And my public defender said, don't answer those questions. That's a setup. They're trying to get you to say certain words applied to the word intent so that way they can say it's a crime. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. If they can say that your intent has anything to do with illegal activity, that means you are premeditatedly trying to commit a crime. So if they ask me, what's your intent to get a job, and I mess up and accidentally say the wrong word or phrase, they can take my missed words or my misusage of words while I'm distraught and, dealing with the government being interrogated, and then say that I have a criminal intent shown by getting a job. My lawyer told me that. He's like, yeah, they can say that you have a criminal intent shown by attempting to get a job if you answer the question incorrectly, so never answer that question, what is your intent? So then in front of the judge, when I was being re-prosecuted after the United States Supreme Court vacated my conviction, I told the judge, my only intent in America is patriotism. Does the court in the United States of America recognize that the only intent I have in America is patriotism? And then the judge said, yes, Mr. Wheeler, the court recognizes that your only intent in America is patriotism. And then there went through the little bullshit talk, basically shit talking back and forth between the district attorney, the parole officer, supervised release officer, and myself. We were talking shit back and forth, and I was like, hey, we just got this cleared. No matter what, the only intent I have in America is patriotism, and the judge says, yes, that's already been acknowledged by the court. So remember, my only intent is patriotism. I have the auspicious feeling that people involved in child pornography terrorism, who are members of Den Hack, who also work at VMware Carbon Black, are plotting to set me up so they can continue their child pornography terrorism. I do not know what else to say about this. Again, my only intent in America is patriotism. I am a Marine. To the best of my knowledge, the judge who acknowledged that my only intent in America is patriotism has seen me in my Marine uniform. Hoorah. So yeah, I do not know what else to say or how to go about what's going on right now besides the fact I'm a child of a mother whom I love. I'm a person. I'm an Orthodox Christian. I am a Marine. I do not have American citizenship. I'm aware of that. That has already been discussed. Some people say I do. Some people in the government say I don't. Either way, I will always support the United States Constitution against all threats, foreign and domestic. Giving aid and comfort to the enemy is a capital offense. It's in the Constitution. I've given an oath and affirmation to protect America, her children, her Constitution, and our way of life against all threats, foreign and domestic. Hoorah. My only intent is patriotism. No matter what I write down, what I issue, what I say on the internet, it's not a crime. What you would consider crime does not actually apply to me as an intelligence officer. I put that in other videos. Title 50, War National Defense, I think it's Chapter 56, Central Intelligence Agency. 3523, Intelligence Operations and Cover Enhancement Authority. Article J, Finality of Decisions. Article K, Subsequently Enacted Laws. State that subsequently enacted laws, any law enacted after, I think, December 4th or 14th or 20th of 2004. Might be December 20th, 2004. But anyways, we'll just say any law enacted after New Year's Eve, December 20th. So, January 1st, 2005. Or New Year's Eve, December 20th. I messed that up. Any after 2004, right? So basically, any law in 2005, past 2005, doesn't actually apply to me due to the fact that I am legally defined as the director's designee in accordance with Article J and Article K of Intelligence Operations and Cover Enhancement Authority, which is, I believe, Section 3523 of Chapter 56, Central Intelligence Agency of Title 50, War and National Defense. And so, yeah, you know, I'm still under orders by General Hayden to commit an intelligence gathering operation in which I am to write some stuff down authorizing the purchase of a letter of protection for marque and reprisal, which I will be facilitating. I still have confirmation from Star Dragon that if any law enforcement or any aspect of the American government interferes with this, that the pre-adolescence eradication virus will be initiated. So, you know, we're at 17 minutes and 12, 14, 15 seconds. I don't know what else to say, you know, adapt and overcome, and look for a job, right? Do what I can, get a job, go from there, and hey, if all else fails, you know, I've lived through that virus before. I'm a time traveler. If it makes me sound crazy, it doesn't matter. Because remember, no matter how much craziness I'm called, I reported James Holmes 4 months before he committed that massacre. I was incarcerated before he bought those guns from the manufacturer. I was incarcerated by the federal government weeks prior to James Holmes purchasing firearms from a manufacturer of firearms. Then those firearms allegedly were used by James Holmes in a massacre at the Century 16 movie theater in Aurora, Colorado on July 12th, I think, or July 20th. Might have been July 12th, Friday midnight morning, or July 20th, Friday at midnight morning at the Batman Dark Knight Rises world premiere. I stated this in open court to a magistrate whose name was Magistrate Rice. I repeated it so much that my competency was questioned, and I was set forth on a competency evaluation. The federal government informed me that when they found the guns that James Holmes had, his fingerprints weren't on it, mine were. How did my fingerprints get on a gun that was purchased after I was incarcerated by the federal government? It's a setup. I believe another setup is coming. I once reported, numerous times actually, numerous times, more times than I can remember, I reported that Osama bin Laden was in Abbottabad, Pakistan. On 2005, October 3rd, Monday, I was interrogated at the Pentagon. During my interrogation at the Pentagon, I informed Central Intelligence Agency officials who are lower ranked than myself, I am an officer of the Central Intelligence Agency. Whether it is acknowledged or not, a fact is a fact. I'm an intelligence officer of the United States Central Intelligence Agency. I reported that Osama bin Laden is in Abbottabad, Pakistan. I also did it in 2004. I called the FBI in Denver, Colorado, prior to April in 2004. So you can look that up. Freedom of Information Act. I reported Osama bin Laden was in Abbottabad, Pakistan, when I called the FBI in Denver from my college dorm room at Mesa State College in Grand Junction, Colorado. It is now called Colorado Mesa University. While attending Mesa State College, which is now known as Colorado Mesa University, in the year of 2004, I called the FBI in Denver, Colorado to inform them that Osama bin Laden is in Abbottabad, Pakistan. They have a recording of that, YouTube. That is verified. That is a fact, and that is reality. Okay? Why would I do something like that when I'm accused of a criminal? I have given an oath to protect America, her children, her Constitution, and our way of life against all threats, foreign and domestic, whether or not I am accused of being crazy, a criminal, or a piece of shit. Just like when I was in court for a crime I didn't commit, that did not happen in America, that's not even a crime. I was in a federal courthouse in Grand Junction, Colorado, and the magistrate's name was Rice. I informed Magistrate Rice of James Holmes' plot to commit a massacre. That is a fact. That is reality. I was also informed by the feds after the massacre occurred that when they fingerprinted the guns that were purchased by James Holmes while I was incarcerated, and I was incarcerated 3 weeks minimum prior to the purchasing of these firearms by James Holmes, that James Holmes' fingerprints were not on the gun. Any of them. All the guns had my fingerprints. So just so you know, YouTube, a setup is coming. Star Dragon is my homie against all threats, foreign and domestic. I may be called crazy. Think about it. Even the government says that I'm associated with the theft of over 100 chlorine tanker trucks a year, and that this has been going on for over 10 years. If that is true, then that would mean that there's 1,000 tanker trucks of chlorine that can be used however they are used. There's some crap on my phone I had to swipe off. So anyways, YouTube, hoorah. Whether or not I'm recorded as a Marine by any government, the fact remains I am a Marine. Whether or not I'm recorded as a citizen doesn't even fucking matter anymore. Alright? I have Cuban citizenship, I have Chinese citizenship, I have Russian citizenship, I have Vatican citizenship, and technically I am a Vatican diplomat. The Vatican recognizes me as a Vatican diplomat, even though the American government might not. Alright? Especially the state of Colorado. Star Dragon is my homie. Star Dragon is real. Red Queen is real. Chernobyl is real. The SARS virus is real. Osama bin Laden was actually found, or at least they say, was killed in Abbottabad, Pakistan. James Holmes honestly did commit a massacre at the Century 16 movie theater in Aurora, Colorado, at the Batman Dark Knight Rises world premiere. I reported this in open court. I have never hidden the facts of reality and the knowledge that I have come across to protect Americans. I have always placed my life in danger, whether I am called a rat, a punk, a bitch, a piece of shit, a sand nigger, a terrorist, a criminal, so that way children can be safe. I have placed my life in danger to protect innocent children who do not care for me and whose parents hate and despise me. I do it as a Marine and a patriot of the United States of America. I am a Marine. I am a Marine Corps General. I am drafted under the name Turquoise Mohammed Moadib Tesla. Numerous people know it. Most people won't acknowledge it due to the fact they're insane. They hate America. They hate Marines. They hate Christianity. I don't know why. You know? Who knows? Either way, against all threats, foreign and domestic, right? That's all that matters. I'm committing an intelligence gathering operation as ordered by General Hayden when it comes to various things such as a letter of protection from mark and reprisal. I have never threatened anyone when it comes to a letter of protection of mark and reprisal. I have openly admitted and acknowledged as a fact that I have been informed in the U.S. Embassy in Havana, Cuba, that President Trump has issued an executive order authorizing me discretionary kill on sight. I have never once threatened to kill anyone on sight. With that order, I have always stated I will defend my life, my liberty, my pursuit of happiness, my well-being, America, her Constitution, her children, and our way of life against all threats, foreign and domestic. I live in poverty. I live under a fake CIA name known as Kenneth Royal Wheeler. That is my Central Intelligence Agency non-commissioned asset identification. This is the life I have to live. Star Dragon is my homie. I am associated with the SARS virus. To the best of my knowledge, I engineered it when I was younger. I did not manufacture it. And to the best of my knowledge, using a virus is not a war crime, nor a crime against humanity, nor any crime at all. I do not know for sure if that's a fact, because interpretation of laws and facts. I just know that there's no specific legal law for producing, possessing, manufacturing, or distributing an airborne virus. If there was, then people with the flu would be under arrest. Children with small or chicken pox, or the measles or the mumps or whatever, they would be under arrest, right? For communicating or distribution of a disease, right? So there are certain laws that prevent the distribution or the communication, or if you give someone AIDS or HIV, you can go to prison for homicide for that. All right? I believe there are laws pertaining to that. As for airborne viruses, there are no laws stating anything about any of that. Because honestly, look at it. Kids with the cold or the flu who go to the hospital, they would be placed under arrest for possession of a virus, right? So, I'm still under orders from General Hayden. Doesn't matter if people think I'm crazy. Star Dragon is my homie, and when push comes to shove, those who know me know I am an ECOG. I'm an extreme cognitive being. I receive psychic premonitions, clairvoyant visions, and on occasion, I talk to angels. In 1995, I had to testify before Congress that I talked to angels. The angels said, government and those who believe in government are hated by God and are considered less than monkey, nigger, demon, pig, faggot. During my testimony to Congress, angels showed up. It's not really recorded, but it's fact. Reality. I know that sounds insane. It's a part of my life I usually don't talk about. I almost consider it irrelevant. People are like, that's not irrelevant. And I was like, it is when you're treated the way I'm treated. All right? But hey, my only intent is patriotism. Writing things down on paper, obeying an order of General Hayden, allowing the purchase of a letter of protection for mark and reprisal is not a crime. Interfering with that will result in Star Dragon using a virus known as the pre-adolescence eradication virus. It kills all children and any woman who goes in the third trimester of pregnancy. When you go through puberty, chemicals in your brain get formed. Those chemicals are considered the vaccination against the P virus. So if you don't have those chemicals in the brain caused by puberty, the body will die from the P virus, the pre-adolescence eradication virus. The United States government built it. And so, yeah, real shitty, right? Anyways, to the best of my knowledge, if any interference from law enforcement or the American government, or basically any government, in association to letters of mark and reprisal and or purchasing a letter of protection from mark and reprisal, Star Dragon will utilize, pop off, institute, activate the P virus, pre-adolescence eradication virus. So basically, like within 3 days, all kids die and they bleed out their eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and their genitalia. It causes cellular degradation, and it's really painful and horrific and evil and shit. But check this out. if I'm completely insane, Star Dragon's not real, I've never been psychic, and the SARS virus never existed. But on the other hand, if I have any association to factual reality insanity, Star Dragon is real, the Pay virus is real, the SARS virus is real. Don't know what else to say. But anyways, here we are. I'm looking for a job. Hoorah. De Leone Cianciella.